In this video, we're going to cover how to request a WebCT class be created for your course section. To begin with, you need to go to uh.edu/WebCT, and then you're going to navigate and click on the Faculty Help button on the left-hand side of the screen. The top link on this page is the link for the course request form. When you click that link, a new window will appear, and then you'll need to enter your WebCT username. If you don't know your WebCT username, there are links here available to help you find and look up your username. So enter your username in the box and click Continue. You should see your name at the top of the page. In step 1, you'll see a drop-down list that will be populated with the classes that you may be teaching. Courses that have already been requested, or courses that have already been requested and created, should be shaded in dark gray. So these classes cannot be reselected. But you can select any of the non-shaded classes by clicking on them. And when you click it, it populates the box in step 2. Now, for step 3, we need to know if you want us to copy a previous semester's course into this semester's course, or do you want to start with a blank class? You'd want to copy from a previous semester if you already have documents uploaded that you need, or if you've already created exams and quizzes that you'd like to reuse without having to recreate anything. You'd want a blank class if you want to start over with a blank slate for the semester. If you want a blank class, you're just going to leave the answer on step 3 set to no. If you click the drop down, though, you can see the previous courses that you've taught. Click the class that you want to use. Okay, and this lets our staff know which class needs to be retrieved from the archive. For most classes, you do not need to fill out any more of the form. Click Continue. The next screen will show a summary of what you've selected. Please take a moment to verify that you're requesting the correct information for this semester and that you're requesting the correct copy from a previous semester. When you're finished, click Submit Request, and once you do that, you've completed the process. Many instructors like to have 2 sections combined into one WebCT course. This is very useful if you're teaching 2 sections of the same course and you only want to have to upload your handouts one time, or you want to just create a quiz one time, and that quiz would be available to all students in both sections. If you do this, there's some elements that work against you. If you upload handouts that have information that is date and time specific to one section, it can cause confusion. So each instructor is going to have to decide for themselves if they want sections combined or if they would like all their sections run separately in WebCT. If you do want to combine sections in WebCT, this is how you do it. In step 1, we're going to select the first class that we want in the WebCT class, and that populates into step 2. But now let's go back to step 1 again and just pick a second class, and notice that continues to populate into step 2. And now let's do a third class into the same section. Okay. If you decide that you've made a mistake and you've picked the wrong section, you can just highlight that section and click the Remove button. So step 3 works just as it did in the previous example. You can choose a blank class or choose to select from any of the previous WebCT classes that you've used before. In step 4, this is the area that you only need to fill out if you need to let the staff know something special, that there's something special about your class. If you need your students to be loaded before the semester begins, you could type that into this box. Now usually you want to wait until all registration activities are over before you have the students loaded. But there are occasional examples. In some colleges, classes start earlier than other colleges. If you want to have a copy of a previous semester's class taught by another instructor, you could type that into the box. and the staff will have to obtain written permission from that other instructor before we can copy their class into your course. And just a word of warning, if you type anything into the special instructions box, your request is going to be slowed down. Many classes are automatically created if there are no special instructions. If there are special instructions, the class is held up until the staff has had a chance to read the instructions. If you were to request a blank copy of a course, the course would be created in about an hour. If you were to type something into the box like, "I want a blank class this semester," the process would have to wait until the staff could read the message and decide what needed to be done. So most requests do not require special instructions. You do not need to add special instructions to let the staff know that you want to combine two sections into the same class. Now, one last feature we'd like you to see is if you start your request and you cannot find the class that you need to request on your drop-down list, you can click this link in step 1 to see all classes. So you're going to select the prefix of the class that you need to request, and then click the continue button. Okay, now your list will show all classes and sections for courses with that prefix. And you'll also see which instructor is assigned to that class in PeopleSoft. The course listing is updated daily, but it's not necessarily up to the minute. In the event of a teaching assignment change, you could use this tool to request a course that does not appear on your course list. If you have any questions about the course request process, you can contact the WebCT team at extension 31475.